Cool. Well, first of all, we'll start with Betsy's nose. It is just a cut. It's not broken. She's available tomorrow.
She has broke it.
And
we're currently going through concussion protocols with her. So it's 50-50 at the moment whether she'll be available. We brought an extra player just in case. And we will see what the doc says. So she's gone through quite a lot with Susie today, but it's ultimately the doc's decision.
Susie is?
Our physio. Yeah.
In terms of you finding out that she had broken it, when did you find that out?
Pretty much straight away.
Yeah, pretty much straight away?
Yeah. The Ferns staff are really good at keeping us up to date with how the players are. They get everything to us really, really quickly. So Susie yesterday morning was like on the phone getting everything ready. Obviously, home game that's not actually in Wellington makes things a little bit difficult, but Susie, our physio, knows she's from Auckland, so she managed to act pretty quickly.
Yeah, just in terms of the other Ferns players, they're all available for selection tomorrow. Is there anything you need to manage there in terms of workload?
Betsy would have been the only one. She was the one that played 390s. Everyone else has come back pretty well, so yeah, we're pretty pleased.
Chloe during the week mentioned Lily was doing a bit of training. Has she sort of returned a bit from that back injury? I guess she's not available this weekend.
Yeah, with Lil, the timeline is there isn't one. She'll be back when she's back. Her symptoms fluctuate, so we're managing that throughout, and we're not going to put a timeline or time pressure on her.
In terms of other earlies, I know Alyssa Wynnum have been back in training. Is she in the mix for this weekend, or is it still too soon?
No, we've brought her. We've brought Liz. This is a good test for her, and she will be limited, but it's a good opportunity for her to get back in with the team. Izzy Gomez unfortunately injured her knee, so she's one of the people that will be out, and that's not as bad as we first thought, so we're hoping that's only going to be a couple of weeks.
And the other one I was asking about is Grayson Neville, obviously withdrew from the Ferns squad last weekend, but has she trained fully with you guys in that period?
Yeah, so she stayed with us, trained fully, is here today, will train and play tomorrow.
When did you find out the Football Ferns starting lineup on Thursday night?
When did I find it out? Officially, when everyone else found it out.
You've worked in the Caleb Foster all season. What did you think of Grayson Neville, a right back, getting the start at left back ahead of her?
Yeah, I mean, it's quite easy to cast judgment when you're not in the environment. I've been in that environment, I know our environment. Everyone has their own opinions on who should be played. I thought Mickey did really, really good when she came on both games, and I'm sure that she's somebody that will be in the frame for more minutes in the future.
Have you had a chance to see any of those players who've come back from the Ferns here?
Yeah, they got back yesterday, so they managed to get back in the morning. Some of them that didn't get big minutes did a light training with us so that we could just talk to them about what we were going to do today, or tomorrow, with Sydney. Paige was the anomaly. She unfortunately got delayed, so we didn't see her till this morning. So it's been a long kind of couple of days for her. But everyone's doing all right.
Yeah, I don't sort of know how your week works, but was there any consideration to sort of coming up here Thursday afternoon so they could sort of come in seamlessly on Friday? It seems like a bit unnecessary for them to all have flown back to Wellington to fly back to Auckland.
There was chat about them staying here, but that wasn't really something we spoke about in too much detail. It's a 45-minute flight. We were able to get them in the cryotherapy chamber at NZCIS and do the recovery. Other than Betsy, the others weren't massively loaded with minutes, so the chance to be able to come back, have a night in their own house, transition from Ferns back into the Phoenix. Would we have liked to come up earlier? Maybe, but that wasn't an option.
Is that budgetary? Or?
Yep.
Just on Betsy, it's the concussion that's more the concern than the broken nose? Or?
Yes.
The other one is, obviously we've seen the Football Ferns fail to score a goal across these 3 matches. I don't want to rehash everything you've been asked about Malik Clegg, but when you look at those matches, do you think she can offer something to that team? Yeah,
I think so. I think she's getting more and more minutes and opportunities with us. She's getting more and more consistent with us. You look at that window in April, that gives her another 6-7 games with us. I think that will tell whether she's ready or not, and she'll know, and Yeku will know, and I think she's going to be somebody that scores a lot of goals for the Ferns.
Yeah, I guess the one thing is, look at April, it's flying off to, I don't know where yet, but somewhere in Europe. They were just in Hamilton and Auckland. Even when, Indy Riley came in with concussion, were there any, later chats about potentially getting her in even just as a training partner?
Nah, I think because it was a FIFA window, a FIFA ran tournament that New Zealand football were part of, it actually made the restrictions on player movement harder. Had it not been and I don't know all the ins and outs, but had it not been a full international competition run by FIFA, maybe.
Just on, you guys are playing Sydney, obviously a big team.
Yep.
First time you played them this season.
Yes.
How much do you look to the challenge of, I guess, trying to recapture the momentum you had? I think it was 3 or 4 weeks ago now. It's sort of been very disruptive, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. You kind of look at February and you're like, good way to reassess, but then the momentum is something like we're definitely feeling like we haven't had a game. We try to do as much as we could during those 2 weeks, but Sydney will be in the same boat. They've had players away with the Matildas, with Ireland, with whoever, so we're really looking forward to having them here. We're really looking forward to being in Auckland. A lot of us have trained here for a number of years. Some players have trained here but never gone into there, so this is a big event for them, and we want to make New Zealand home and make it as hard as we can for Sydney. We know their threats, so we'll do what we can to nullify them whilst knowing what we can offer as well.
Just while we're back here at NZ Football, did you apply to be the new under-20 coach?
There was talks, there was chat on under-20s. Whether that can work with the Phoenix is probably pretty hard with, we don't know what's going to happen next season, but there's always kind of little talks with New Zealand football about involvement.
I guess my last question then is, as we head into this final phase of the season, is it something where you're looking to help the team finish strong and also to help push your case to come back here and be coach again next season? Yeah,
absolutely. I think you can get to this phase of the season and it can go 2 ways. You can either be just not bother. You can fall on the wayside. You can not try. Or I know that the energy and the enthusiasm of these players, they've got a World Cup that they're vying to get into the squad for. Chico with the 20s as well. It's not just about the Kiwis, it's about the Aussies too. And I think for us, we're trying to build something and we want that to continue by using the good crop of the players that we got here and then adding some reinforcements. So we'll do what we can and work as hard as we can on the field to kind of prove that and see what happens come the end of the season.
And Chico's back as well, she went away.
Yep,
cool.
Chico's back.